Hey people, this is John of Video Games in the World. So as you all know, Batwoman premiered last week, and this week we had episode 02. I remember watching the San Diego Comic-Con 2019 trailer for the new show. The character of Batwoman is played by Australian actress Ruby Rose. I know some of her works, such as Stella in Season 3 of Orange is the New Black, and also in Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage, etc. Batwoman appeared in the 3-part episode crossover of the Arrowverse called Elseworlds, and now she has her own show. When people saw the trailer, it was totally bashed. But before that, the show was pre-bashed because they thought that Ruby Rose was not lesbian enough. When I read that article, when they said that, I was like, that is why we cannot have nice things. And also, because people who bashed it believed that this show was going to be some cringy woke fest. Now, I decided to wait for the show to premiere and see it for myself. And I must admit, I thought the same thing, that it was going to be full of wokeness. But it turned out to be that I was wrong. I'm reviewing episodes 1 and 2 right now, and then express my thoughts about it. Now, when I get to my thoughts, you might either agree with me or disagree for what I have to say. Here we go. Now, this has major spoilers. You've been warned. So, on the first episode, 3 years have passed since the disappearance of Batman. A security firm known as the Crows are now protecting the city. Kate Kane has been training herself for years with combat and survivalist specialists to join the Crows. But then, a new criminal gang called the Wonderland Gang, led by Alice, capture a Crow agent, Sophie Moore. Once Kate returns, she realizes the truth about her cousin and must now don the cape and cowl to become Gotham's protector. In episode 2, back in Gotham, battling Alice and the Wonderland Gang from the shadows, Kate Kane continues to be haunted by the events surrounding her sister's death 15 years earlier. While the city holds on to hope that Batman has returned, Jacob Kane and the Crows up the stakes trying to take down the villainous crew. Kate continues to look to Bruce Wayne's legacy for guidance as Luke Fox inadvertently gets pulled into Batwoman's vigilante heroics. Sophie and Kate are forced to team up, while Mary finds herself in Alice's crosshairs. Like I said, I expected the show to be some pro-wokeness TV show, but with these first 2 episodes so far, gotta see what will happen. Now, we know that in some stories, the son of Lucius Fox, Luke, will become the Batwing using his father's technology. Remember the animated movie Batman Bat Blood? He becomes a Batwing in that one. However, in this show, he's a combination of Cisco Ramon, due to his talent as a tailor, and has the Oracle approach as well. In some way, I gotta say it's meh, but quite interesting in another way. The origins of Kate Kane in the show are different than that of the comics. The deaths of her mother and sister in this show are not exactly how it happened like in the comics. In the show, it's different, and it turns out that one of them survived and becomes the antagonist in the show. The first season is mainly based on the storyline called Elegy by Greg Rucka. My beef with the show is the acting. The fighting sequences were pretty amateur at best, and it seems pretty boring. Gotham City in this show gave me vibes from the Dark Knight trilogy, since the first 2 movies were filmed in Chicago, but the third one was filmed in New York. What's interesting about the flashbacks of Kate's days in the army and being expelled is the tackling of the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy, which lasted from 1994 to 2011. It was a law that barred gays and lesbians from serving in the military, and this act was repealed in 2010 by former US President Barack Hussein Obama. My honest opinion about gays and lesbians in the military is this: let them serve. And finally, to conclude this, the 2 episodes were pretty boring. Fighting sequences need work, and the acting as well. I might get heat for saying this, but hey, it happens. My final score for Batwoman is a 6 out of 10. That is all. This is John, host of Video Games in the World. Have a good one. Peace.